This game is rated M for mature.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your ever-friendly Pokeprof, and welcome to Bioshock. Published by 2K Games, Bioshock is an interesting experience, to say the very least. Unlike a lot of first-person shooters of its kind back in the day, this game has a lot more horror elements than you would expect, and is well known for its rather distinct themes in comparison to most of the World War II shooters that you see back then and even today. But I think we'll let the game speak for itself a little bit more as we go into the game proper. I am not the best at shooters, but I'm not the worst at it, so we're going to be going on medium mode. If you want to go on hard mode, go ahead and be free to do so, but for me, I'll stick with medium. So let's go into Bioshock proper. (1960s).
They told me. Son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
This is the kind of thing that is like in my worst nightmares. Waking up underwater and not knowing which way is up. Though, of course, having a plane crash on top of me on top of that, not exactly the most comforting thing either. Okay, then. We're surrounded by flames and appear to be the only survivor, so let's try to get out of here as soon as possible. Get away from the burning ring of fire. And stay far away from the explosion. And the sinking plane. We don't need to be pulled under by the undertow. Lighthouse, huh? What's that on top? Can't make it out from here. Gotta get my eyes cleared after this. Ugh. Well, sad to say I'm the only one who got out of there. We have no real other way to go, unfortunately. It's either C or the lighthouse. Looks like I'm gonna go with lighthouse. Ah! It looks like I have no choice now. No gods or kings, only man. Not exactly the prettiest of men to look at either. I'll talk a bit more about that later. Science, industry, and art. And one back here, too. Just a large R, huh? Well, looks like I have no other way to go. So let's just pull the lever. Thankfully, it's not the wrong one. Alright. 10 fathoms. 18 fathoms. We're going pretty deep. Ooh.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question.
Alright.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
Rapture embodies the idea of objectivism. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly or getting the right idea. Essentially, it's all about working to your own benefit.
We're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. How could it?
I don't know. You best get over there. And be quick about it. The splicers are coming.
You gotta be kidding. How do you know someone's even coming?
Because we got a bathysphere on its way down. That means we've got company.
Oh dear. But yeah, essentially this game embodies that concept.
Just one more minute. Sphere's coming up now.
Johnny, security's banging off all over. Get a move on!
Oh, hi Johnny.
I didn't mean no trespass. Just don't hurt me.
Eh?
Just let me go. You keep my gun.
Ooh. Ooh. Juicy.
Is it someone new?
Oh dear.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio?
We're finally given control now. That was more than a little freaky.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
Higher ground sounds like a good idea, Atlas. Thank you very much.
Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind.
Okay then, though I doubt you have any wind down here underwater. Air, maybe. Wind, not so much. But as I was saying, this game embodies objectivism. And essentially, it's working to your own benefit over that of everyone else. It's where no one can really be held back by rules or society or anything like that. Most people consider it to be kind of a oddball philosophy, and honestly, I tended to agree, but when it comes down to it, this world is kind of based off of it.
We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
Okay. The Vita Chambers are going to be vitally important for you. These essentially will go and resurrect you when you die. This is one of the more friendlier aspects of this particular game. Hilariously enough, you can actually turn these off on higher difficulties, or even medium difficulties if you want to. If you're really looking for a more I'm gonna die completely type of game. The greatest chain is guided by our hand. We are not your property. Oh dear.
I'll wrap you in a sheet.
Okay then, I think we should probably take care of whatever that is. Let's see, attention. Okay, if it's all denied, how the hell did we get down here? Oh dear.
Just a bit border. How do you like that, sister?
Ooh. Nice. Little turret.
Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer. Seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
No, they got the ability to jump, which is more than some characters can say. Ooh, the wrench. We got our basic first melee weapon now, the wrench. I'll tell you right now, with the right setup in this game, the wrench can actually be the absolute strongest weapon in the entire game. Will I be going that setup? I haven't decided.
Flowers every day, and she always sent them back. You call that gratitude?
Oh dear. Well, thankfully that missed us.
I can control myself. I can.
Ah! Come here, you. Ah. There we go. Meet thuggish splicers. These are basic melee splicers, and we'll learn more about splicers in general in a little bit. But essentially, these guys will always go and try to attack you straight forward. Gotta be very careful with them, they can hurt. Matter of fact, if we press F now, we use the first aid kit that we got and heal ourselves up a bit. You also want to always try and search around as much as you can, simply because you never know what you might find. Chips and little bars here can heal your health. Matter of fact, we even gained a little bit of Eve from that. We'll find out what Eve is in just a moment. Because we're about to get something rather unique to this game.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck. Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing it with no big daddy. Yellow! Always have been. You'll be no better off with metal daddy, little fish. See you floating from my knee.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute. He's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
Ugh.
You alright, Boyle? First time Plasmid's a real kick from a mule. But there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
I'll never mix radish juice and carrot juice again. Black. But with that said, we now have our first plasmid. Just coming back up here to double check to see if there's anything. I'll leave that there for the moment. Actually, no, that actually just gets added on, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Awesome. But yeah, plasmids are essentially superpowers, for lack of a better word. Let's see. Great chain of industry ties and unite us. Interesting. We're given special abilities, and in this case, we now have the ability Electro Bolt. In this case, after we check everything, looks like we've found just about everything we can here. We can use it to actually jumpstart different things. Okay, I think it's time to get going. You know, before the entire place kind of crashes down on us. Get going, get going, get going. Nope, that's a bad idea. That's a bad way. Come on, come on. Please seal. Are you sealed? Thank you. Whew. It's always kind of a little scary. Oh, more of the hypos. We want to find as many of those as possible. Having a good stock of not only Eve, but also first aid helps.
Give him the combo. Zap him, then whack him. 1-2 punch. Remember, the 1-2 punch.
Thank you for the suggestion, Atlas. Because as soon as we see the splicer pop up...
Things were supposed to work out for me down here.
Where are you there?
You're only making this hard for us both.
Where are you? There we go. Ah, come on. That's not what I meant. There we go. There we go. So, yeah. By right-clicking on the mouse button, or another option with the Xbox controller if you're playing with that, you can switch between your plasmids and your weapons. And as you saw there, because I was freaking out a little bit, when you use up all of your Eves, represented by the little blue bar up top, you will go and automatically refill yourself. You can also, I believe... Oh, that's not F. There's another bar. There we go. You can press R to go and automatically regenerate your Eve. And finding special types of items. There are items in this game when it comes to things like, you know, food and drink. Oh. There we go. See, these guys will nothing once you really learn the 1-2 punch. But there are items in this game that will actually hurt your health, but regain your Eve, and vice versa. There's nothing really left on him, so let's continue onward.
Tell Ryan I'm
Oh, dear.
sorry. No, I won't do it again. No, please, please, don't do that. The whole thing.
Oh dear.
None of these other chumps will talk. Call the cops on me. Freak.
Oh dear. Hey. I mean, he was kind of on fire to begin with, but honestly, I'd rather not get slammed by a slicer.
Someone. But this fucking place is poison.
Do we have to worry about anything else here? No? Alright. Ooh! Okay. This place has fallen down on us, and as much as I'd rather not also die by elevator, I don't think we have much of a choice.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe... I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now, but you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
Alright, so we now have our first real quest. First things first, though. Let's pick up this.
Be there to sing this song. Hush now. Mommy's gone. And Daddy, too. Wait. This is happening before and none. Why aren't you here? Why is it today and not then when you were warm and sweet? Why can't Mommy hold you to her breast and feel your teeth? Oh, no. No, 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 no.
Yo, lady, you okay?
Baby and me! Baby and me!
Yeah.
Plasmid's changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell.
Yeah. That's kind of the price of plasmids. They mess with the mind. But on the upside, we now have our first ranged weapon in a pistol. But I think for now, we're going to go ahead and call it here. When we next come back to Bioshock, we're going to see if we can't get to Neptune's bounty and help Atlas save his family. Until then, folks, stay frosty.